When did I realize that I don't have to prove myself to anyone? I think it happened in phases, but essentially it was one of those things where I realized that no matter how many times you try to prove yourself, the people that don't want to believe you won't. Like, you could have all the receipts, all the statements, all the facts, but the people that don't want to believe you, they're just looking for a reason to not believe you. So it doesn't matter how much proving you do. It doesn't matter at all. So why waste your time? And that's really where I'm at, is like, I just don't want to waste my time on people who wanted to believe these untrue things. So I'm not going to sit here and prove myself to you, because time will prove it. My success will prove it. My character will prove it without me having to say a thing to defend myself. So, yeah. One thing I do to make myself feel instantly more confident is I internally give myself a compliment, but a non-physical attribute compliment. So for instance, like, I will tell myself, you know what, you're really smart, or you're really patient, and like something like that, that's not solely based off of my looks. Because I feel like if I solely just compliment my looks, let's say my hair is good that day and then by the end of the day it's frizzy, I'm gonna internally feel bad. But if I compliment my brain, or my emotional intelligence, or even how I treat other people, then that's something that's a characteristic of me. That's my character trait, and that makes me feel like, you know what, I can't beat myself down. I have to be okay with myself. I have to be confident with myself, because that is actually a very good trait to feel proud of. So yeah, small little things can really, really just boost your mood. And if it's not a physical attribute, it's much easier for you to keep that consistent mindset throughout the day, throughout the next day, throughout the week, because those are true character traits for yourself. Because physical, you could always change. Something I'm learning to love about myself is my flaws. I'm learning to love my flaws in a way that makes them feel like they're not flaws at all. And I was actually looking a few days ago at past supermodels, and I realized, like, past supermodels back in the day, they always had some like weirdly unique trait. You know, they weren't like cut, copy, paste pretty. They always had like a distinct feature that made them look alien or unique, or something that just drew your eye, whether it was a placement of a mole or the way their eyes were set or something like that. And that's a huge part of the reason why they became supermodels, was that unique trait, or that quote unquote flaw for the standard beauty. So yeah, I'm learning to love my flaws, because my flaws are what make me uniquely my own. And I think if I love that about myself, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says about me, because here I am loving the thing that the world doesn't like, and I'm able to love that. So you can't take that away from me, like, at all. How do I keep believing in myself when no one else sees my vision? I always tell myself, all you need is one yes to succeed. And that first yes should be yours. So, you know, there you go. You have that one yes to succeed. That's the only thing that needs to happen in order for you to succeed, is to have somebody believe in it, and nobody should believe in it more than you. So as long as you believe in your success, everybody else could say, oh, I don't believe that, I don't believe that, I don't believe that. It doesn't matter, because you believe that. And since I've been doing social media, I have come to realize that I do better on platforms where nobody knows me. I've had more support from strangers than anybody else. And I'm sure I'm not the only person on social media that has said it. Like, on the platforms that have nobody there, those do the best. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for every single person that has shown me kindness, every single person that has said yes to my vision. But I'm also aware that I wouldn't even be at the place I'm at if I didn't say yes to my own vision, despite all the naysayers. So keep going. Keep going for yourself. Keep going for your vision, because you see, if you can see it, then it's possible. You can see it, so it is 100% possible. You just have to get there. And sometimes that takes walking through crowds of people rejecting you. But you can get through it. You can absolutely, absolutely, absolutely get through it. So just keep believing in yourself. Have faith in your vision. How do I keep my heart open after betrayal? This was probably one of the most painful things I've had to learn, but it is pretty much, I had to ask myself, who do I want to be? You know, what character traits do I want? Do I want to be that person that treats other people poorly for things that they didn't even do because I was hurt by somebody else? So, and I had to keep reminding myself, like, these people aren't the people that hurt me. And that's really, really what it was for me, was saying, like, who do I want to be? Do I want to be a kind person, a caring person, or do I want to be a person who's treating other people horrible because this one person treated me horrible? And you know, the sad fact of it is if you treat the next person you're around horrible because of that previous person, then the only person that's really still suffering is you, because that new person, let's call them person B, could have been somebody that was absolutely great for you, but because your ex or whatever, person A, treated you horribly, now you're continuing that cycle. Person A treated you horribly, so you're treating person B horribly. And all that does is make you the villain and make you the bad guy. And it prevents you from finding happiness, because you have put yourself in a position where it is almost impossible for you to find happiness, because you're so dead set on how hurt you were from person A. So instead of growing from that, instead of giving yourself a chance to heal, you're just repeating the cycle of abuse and anger. And the sad fact of it is you hurting person B does absolutely nothing to person A. It does nothing. They get away with hurting you, because why? You are now miserable. And what do they say? The best revenge is your success and your happiness. So if you really, really wanted to hurt this person that hurt you, then go on and be happy. Go on and be successful. Go on and be loved. But you can't do that if you're moving in a cycle of hurt. You can't do that. So yeah, how do I keep myself? I tell myself what type of person I want to be, what type of future I want. And I ask myself if I'm capable of doing that, if I am still holding on to the hurt. And majority of the time, I'm not. You can't move forward unless you properly address things. And sometimes what's required to address things is to learn to move forward with or without those people that hurt you, and to not bring that hurt to the new people that come into your life. So I hope that makes sense. I feel like I was rambling. A lesson that keeps returning until I finally embodied it. I do think I'm starting to embody it now, but definitely the lesson I would say is one of those self-love lessons, like learning to walk away from people that have hurt you regardless of who those people are. I truly believe that we end up in repeated cycles of the same thing, whether with the same person or different people, because it's a lesson we need. And I firmly believe we're going to keep repeating those lessons, those painful experiences, until you actually learn it and choose to walk away from it with growth. I fully believe that sometimes people keep coming into your life to teach you the same lesson, and the reason why you're still dealing with the same pains and the same things is because you're choosing to ignore the lesson because it's not what you want. And that's the difference, you know. I wanted to have like a certain happy image in my head that I've had since I was a little kid. And, you know, realizing that I could not have that, it's painful, but it doesn't mean that I can't have it technically. What it means is I can't have it with people that hurt me. So really that's it. It's just like, hey, you got to grow up sometimes, because if you're not going to grow up, then you're destined to repeat the same thing over and over again. And honestly, I'm tired of repeating the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to learn this lesson. And I think I am doing a good job. I think learning lessons are hard, especially when it's something you don't want to let go of, but it's necessary. And honestly, once you do the hard part, it feels like everything gets easier and easier as time goes on. So yeah, a lesson I had to learn was really to be able to let go of people that hurt me, because I can't move forward like that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for everyone that made it to the end of this video. I'm absolutely grateful that you even watched this and made it here. Thank you so, so much. I hope these questions help you with whatever's going on in your life, or even give you some insight or anything. And I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear if you have any questions yourselves, any comments, any different answers to the questions. And of course, you are not required to leave a comment or anything, but if it does resonate with you, then I'm grateful for that. So see you again next time. Bye.